Are you an Ableton Live 10 user wanting to use the new CV toolkit? Did you know that you needed not only a DC coupled interface, but also floating ring cables? Yeah, I looked all over the internet trying to find cables, but guess what? I found the perfect place. Patchwork Cables. They specialize in custom cables. Not only Eurorack modular cables, but also instrument cables. And they use the finest materials available. Just mention Asterix with your order, and you'll get an additional 10% discount. Hi, this is Asterix, and welcome to Modular Friday. So tonight I'm going to be working with Mother 32, and in doing so I decided to do something just a little different. So I was messing around with Cymatics earlier in the day, and I saw that they had a free MIDI pack called the Python Free MIDI Pack, and I am using this MIDI pack to drive my Mother 32, and this is kind of what it sounds like from just using that MIDI. Now, mind you, this thing has like chords and stuff in it, but because the Mother 32 is monophonic, it only plays one note at a time. So it just kind of, if I'm not mistaken, picking the top note that it hears or the bottom note. I haven't really figured out exactly how it's formulating what it's picking. It's kind of funny when you're listening to it, but it's very random, which is why I chose to go with this one. Okay, so from there, oh, okay, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, so from there, I moved it over into, I recorded the audio for it. And of course, I did a bunch of stuff to it. So the very first thing I did was add a shaper box, and I changed the timing. So I'm doing a step timing sequence, and I'm also doing some panning left to right, kind of smooth panning, not too harsh. I added some width. I'm doing like an up and down kind of sequence of width with it, so it gives it like a little bit of an echo. This is a very rich kind of mid-rangey kind of sound. Okay, from there I added this and I'm using the Rob Papin Bluetooth for this. This is kind of Blade Runner-ish, so bear with me here. So I'm using a patch called Ambient Horizon. It's very kind of melodic sounding, stringy. So I have a portal in there with it as well. It's doing some cassette tape. Have it doing mid-rangey, about, okay, 38% wet dry on that. And I don't think I messed with my grains. Maybe I did. My grains are off to the right. And I'm using a FabFilter Pro Q3 to knock off to cut off the low end, so that the only thing that's in the low end is a sub. Okay, from there I added the Hydra Sense, and this is doing kind of a weird Blade Runner-y kind of thing too. I'm kind of in my Blade Runner-y mode this week, y'all. So I got this really odd sound from the Hydra Sense. And let's see, from there, I added just a belly kind of sample. I've got it panning to give it dynamics. And I've added a FabFilter Pro Q3 to do a low cutoff. And I'm also doing a back mask on it because I didn't want it to exactly go forward. I want it to kind of go backwards. The pattern is being played backwards. Okay, so from there, let's see. Let's see what else we got going on. We've got a kick, we've got a snare, some hats. I've got an 808, just doing regular 808 stuff. But I'm also using the FabFilter Saturn II with this one, which I'm loving. OMG, this thing is awesome. There's a lot more flexibility with saturation with it. And it has these modulation XY frequency pads at the bottom, which allow you to kind of tune it a lot better, which is really, really cool. This is the coolest saturation plugin ever now. So I've been tinkering around with this, just trying to get it to fit in the mix. And I'm finding that using this allows me to be able to fit it a lot cleaner into the mix. So that is a really nice find. So altogether, this is kind of what's happening based upon that original snip that I got from Cymatics, the Midi pack. Countermelodies, going back and forth. So what I like doing is building melodies on top of melodies, just kind of fill it to make it more musical. So I've been really working on that a lot lately. And also musical separation of instruments, because not everything sits down right in the middle. I'm still having a little bit of trouble with that. Sometimes I'll add like a pan to allow it to pan both sides. So it's less stagnant down the middle, because most of the time you just really want the vocals to be down the middle and all of the drums to be down the middle. With the exception of the hi-hats, they can be off to the side. So again, I'm working on a lot of things at once, and I know it's a little frustrating for some people. You're watching my channel and you're seeing me doing mixing, you're seeing me doing all kinds of crazy mixes and modular stuff with trap music and all kinds of stuff. It's just kind of where I am right now. I'm doing a lot of experimentation, trying to gear up for my next project. Teaching myself how to mix better and master better. Also incorporating modular into my workflow. So I do feel like I'm a bit scattered myself, and I don't work on everything every day. That's kind of why I have these videos. You know, on Wednesdays I really do work on mixing. Those videos really are honest. Sitting down, I'm creating a song that's focusing on a specific section of something that I'm working on. And then on Fridays, I'm sitting down and I'm working on modular only. So I try to incorporate modular into my workflow and try to find different ways to do it. Also, I got lucky and found this great guy named Felipe, who has a company called Patchwork Cables. And I know you've seen the commercial at the front of the video. I finally got a hold of those cables that I've been searching for months. He creates the custom lengths that I needed. So I ordered two 15-footers So I'll be able to drive any of my modular stuff. I may end up getting an extra one, but the problem is that you start running out of output ports. Excuse me. And then as it stands, I think I'm pretty much maxed out on all of my output ports currently. I need to do a reevaluation of what's plugged into the back of my audio interface. And I know I've got a lot of junk plugged in, and the other issue is cable management. Oh man, I hate cable management. Every time I have to pull out the rack, there's a rat's nest of cables back there that I have to deal with. So I may end up just kind of trying to find some better cable management racks to put in the my rack, behind my rack, so that I can clean up some of the cables back there. Because it makes, when you're trying to plug in things, it makes it really difficult to be able to do that when you're having to chase a cable down in a rat's nest. Yeah, that's my life. But other than that, that's what I've been tinkering with for this Modular Friday. I can't wait to get those cables so that I can really dig into the CV tools. I've been doing a lot of reading and really trying to prep myself for what to expect out of them. So my Modular Fridays are going to get even more complicated as I continue to add more devices together concurrently and also intermix them with the other things that I have going on musically. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you are, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you